Hello, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed Lulu and the Brontosaurus. I know when we were talking in our small group meetings, it seemed like you guys really enjoyed the story, and it seemed like you really enjoyed me reading you a story. Well, I will tell you, me reading out loud to my students is one of my favorite things to do during the day. So just because I'm not in the classroom, I didn't want to just stop doing it. It's my favorite thing to do. So I wanted to continue to do that. Today we're going to start the second book in the series, the Lulu series, and it is called Lulu Walks the Dogs. Now, in Lulu and the Brontosaurus, we saw a big change in Lulu as a character. She started out pretty selfish and bratty, and she kind of, towards the end, got a little bit softer. So today I'm going to read you what we call the preface of the story. It's kind of gives you a little background information from the author before the story begins. So I'm going to read that part, and I'm going to read you chapter 1. Okay, these are fairly short chapters, but I'm just going to stick to one at a time for now. Okay, so Lulu Walks the Dogs by Judith Forst, illustrated by Lane Smith. Okay. Preface. Since a kid named Fleshman is going to hang around a whole lot in these pages, I need to tell you right away that Fleshman is not his last name, but is his first name. Fleshman was his mom's last name before she married his dad, and she changed her name to his, just like other moms. Sometimes another mom's last name could be Anderson or Kelly before they got married. Some moms don't change their names after they're married, but I don't really feel like discussing that right now. Anyway, stay with me here. Some of these used to be Kelly moms might decide to name their first daughter Kelly, and some of these Anderson moms might name their first sons Anderson. Or maybe they'd name their sons Kelly and their daughter Andersons. And though not too many Fleshman moms decide to name their kids Fleshman, Fleshman's mom did. Got it? No? Well, too bad if you don't. I'm busy, and it's time to tell the story. Here's also a picture of Fleshman. Chapter 1. Remember Lulu? Remember her? Used to always be a big pain till she met Mr. B, a lovely Brontosaurus. Now she is just sometimes a pain and not nearly as rude as before. But unless what she wants is utterly, totally, absolutely, and no way Jose impossible, she's still a girl who gets what she wants when she wants it. So what is it exactly that our Lulu wants? Right now, I'm just saying it costs a lot of money. Furthermore, her mom and dad, who give her almost everything she asked for, said to her, with many sighs and sorries, that they couldn't afford to buy it for her, and that she would have to earn the money to get it. Lulu thought about throwing one of her famous screeching, heel-kicking, arm-waving tantrums, except that since her last birthday, she wasn't doing that baby stuff anymore. So, instead, she tried some other ways. Politer, quieter, sneakier, grown-upper ways of changing their minds. First try. Why are you being so cruel to me? To your only child, to your dearest, darling Lulu. We're not being cruel, her mom explained in a I'm so sorry voice. You're still our dearest and darlingest, but we don't have the money to spend on things like that. Second try. I'll eat only one meal a day and also never go to the dentist. And then you can use all the money you save to buy it for me. Dentist and food are much more important, Lulu's dad explained, than this thing you want. Which means, and here he sighed heavily, that if you really still want it, you're going to have to pay for it yourself. Really still want it? Of course she really still wanted it. She was always and forever going to want it. But paying for it herself, that might be utterly and totally, plus absolutely and no way Jose impossible. So she kept on trying to change their minds, making her saddest and maddest and baddest faces, and giving her mom and dad some unbeatable arguments, like, I'll move down into the basement and you'll get money by renting out my bedroom. Or you could get money by selling our car and taking the bus instead, which would also be much better for the environment. But great as her arguments were, her mom and dad kept saying no and sighing and sorrying. And after her 16th or 17th try, Lulu was starting to feel a little discouraged. Last try. So, while all the other kids are playing and laughing and having fun, I'll be the only kid my age earning money. Oh, I don't know about that, said Lulu's mom. That little fleshman down the street is always earning money by doing helpful chores for folks in the neighborhood. So young and already such a hard-working boy. Well, what do you know? Here's Fleshman, and it's only chapter 1. I told you he would be hanging around a lot. That's the end of chapter 1. Stay tuned, and we will read chapter 2 tomorrow.